Hi. So we are last time whatever the applications, right? Whatever we ran on top of the EC2 machines. Now we are using a technology called microservices with a kind of Docker related thing. And then same we are going to run the applications, whatever you ran on EC2, we are going to replicate that into the Docker. So our objective was run the applications on Docker as in microservices. Previously, we did run the applications on top of EC2 machines. Uh, uh, can you guys tell me here, like, what did you observe? Like yesterday, with the whatever the yesterday you learned the thoughts, right? With the thoughts, why just write the thoughts? Like, please tell me the thoughts, your thoughts. What did you understand if you go to the Docker? What did you observe in EC2 mission? Something.
Docker is platform
Microservice.
platform independent.
Yeah, platform independent. Okay. Okay.
Fully resource utilization.
Okay, resource utilization. Okay. Utilization. Did we talk on it?
Fast build and ship.
Yeah, fast build and shift and deploy also. Deploy.
Helps to build TinyOS.
Sorry?
Helps to build TinyOS.
Oh, tiny ways to build. Tiny ways means?
It's part of a hypervisor basically. We are giving some kind of virtualization so that the
Nitin,
microservice.
Nitin, we not went through that. Just to give
Okay,
us
okay.
some more time. Yeah. Yeah. Some more. Yeah, last day, yesterday, whatever the keywords we went through, right? What did you got? Yesterday observations only I need that.
Microservice support multi-languages.
Awesome.
Like monolithic will support only one language.
Yeah.
Can manage downtime.
Choose multiple language. Best based on the
Yeah, we can manage downtime.
Yeah. Sorry?
Downtime. We can manage the downtime.
Yeah, manage downtime. Yes. Easily, like instead of impacting total application in mono, you can here you can control like which has to be highly available, which has to be like let's critical and all they'll take care. Yeah.
Yeah, we can keep each functionality as a module.
Yeah, critical, non-critical, API. Let's say, for example, let's say when you do a payment, let's say in Flipkart, when you say payment and then you did a payment transaction, but it didn't recorded that payment info. And then your money got deducted, but Flipkart says it, the payment didn't came due. That is very critical API, right? Same, let's say, for example, while reaching to contact center, that API was down, but our mindset will look, oh, that's okay. I'll wait for some time. Let it come back. You can say, right, for example. So that's what I was telling it. In our application, you should be having that. What is the critical? What is the non-critical APIs? You should have that API in the sense that /route or another host. Like for another host in the sense, the Flipkart is calling the SBI. So you are calling another host, another domain, another URL that is called another host. You should know that API is nothing but a route or it can be a host. That can be, yeah. Please, yeah, each module has, sorry, what was that? Someone was saying each module?
Each functionality as a model.
Yeah, each functionality has a let's separate. We kept as a separate, yeah, that is good. You know the monolithic means an application. Mike, what did you were getting? Like, what is that? When I say microservice, what do you think? What is microservice?
Module,
Sorry?
module.
Yeah, module. But easy way. That's a still little technical word. What do you think?
Single code.
Part of an application.
Yeah. It's again that application. That's it. Yes, it's again the application. It's application. But it's a simple, like some portion of module in application. If you go to the monolithic, right? You cannot choose different languages, best fit for that module. There are right now, let's say, like there are the best fits are there. Hey, this is if you use this part, there is a good technology is there. You can immediately deliver. There are a lot of flexibility in that. If you go with monolithic, it's very difficult. In micro, you have a lot of flexibility. That's what here. Yeah. Some more. What did you get it? When you add? Yeah, platform dependent. You can run from you can run in local. In your laptop also you can run. You can run on the cloud. You can run on on-premises also, not only here. You can run on on-premises. Don't think Docker is now came. Docker is too old technology, I think. It's like if I go here now. This is okay, but they released it, but the Docker kind of technology came very long back. I think like maybe before my birth, maybe. But since this was very popular in the olden days, only they invented it. But as a kind of good tool to ship in all, like it came later. Earlier they implemented C language something. Later it came in the Go language. The Docker came in the Go language. Like you remember, can you guys tell me what is the one more tool implemented in the Go language? You know that.
Terraform.
Terraform. Now one more, Docker also is been implemented in the Go language. But olden technology, right? Somewhere I remember it was like too long back they implemented it, but they changed it complete functionality and then they released it like this time. This has been released it. This is completely free. They have the free version like Terraform, right? They have free and paid version. Same way Docker is also free, but they have paid support also. So what I mean was it's been very long back only the technology came, but the best fit right now is right the DevOps. You know, right? DevOps means obviously the first keyword has to come in the agile. Agile in the sense first delivery, first feedback. That is the best fit. They were waiting. Hey, what are the tools are there for this thing? You know, can you guys tell me one tool for infra provisioning for this? In DevOps, if we want to deliver infrastructure very fastly, what is the tool?
Terraform.
Yeah. To run the applications, to build an applications and all, the best fit they have chosen one more is a Docker. This is how. Okay. I'll come on it further. So what my thought was, Docker was long back only, but since to this current ongoing trend, they brought the tool again as a kind of the OS related thing and all that we will discuss it. Okay, good. So just 2 minutes. Huh? I'll go like the last keywords. So you should aware that where we use Docker, where we were using where we were running the applications. So previously we were running applications on top of, you take like WordPress, you take for example Flipkart, you take an SBA, any applications, we were running on top of EC2 machines. So, but the problem is, as I said, when you run an application, you are packaging total application as a one kind of language, and then you grouped that package. I mean, that application you packaged as a single, and then you deployed it. There is a chances if you disturb one kind of somewhere the module, there is a chances it may affect other modules also in a EC2 mission. So to avoid that, technology shifted to monolithic to microservices. Microservice is nothing but another application, but it's not the big application. It is a small portion in the big application. You go to Flipkart, contact center is a one module, they'll call, and then search is a one module, and then voice is like you can say voice also sometimes some portion of that shopping cart. You can say with the voice, it can give the response also. That is also one module behind. So there will be different EC2 machines will be running individually. You can run monolithic to micro also on top of EC2 machine. But the problem is here, when you do some, I wanted to run EC2 code in my local, you cannot run it. So people shifted from, when you go to microservices, don't run microservices directly on EC2. Better to run the technology called Docker. You can run applications on top of Docker, but Docker will run on top of EC2 machine. That we will see how it is thing and all. So we discussed monolithic architecture, how it will look, big application, microservices, portion of thing and all you are aware now. And beauty with the microservices, for each module, you can go with individual code, individual databases, individual resources, like one application and all, instead of tight coupling and all. So now there is a team, like there is a bug came in the login. This team can be safe. This team can be safe. Only these guys can work. They can release individually. They can deploy individually. They no need to disturb other modules. If you go with the monolithic, right? Even for login fix also, you have to deploy the total code. In monolithic, right? If any one module, like maybe this module got the bug, there is some issues, then only this team can work. They can deploy on their own time. They no need to touch other teams at all. So they have a flexibility. They can touch their own module. They can upgrade anytime without depending on other people on them. So only the critical service in the monolithic, sorry, in the microservice was whichever facing to end user, the branding page, the front page. You have to take care without going down. Others, everyone is critical, but that is more critical compared to that. That is called branding page, right? So you will get these questions. What is microservice? How did you work? So breaking that, how many modules and all, not our job. As a DevOps, your job is to bring up that infrastructure for you. Like VPC, you did created that, and then needed for that application, whatever needed. Like sometimes they say, I need Elasticsearch, I need Elastic Cache, I need RDS, I need a MongoDB, I need some Cassandra, I need something. For them, you have to create the resources. That is what your job. But they'll ask you this question: did you work on migration? Because with that right, you will be having a lot of discussions during that time. So if you go to that project, you already worked on a migration to microservices. If some developer asks you, if he is a confusion in some state, you can tell them, you can guide them. With that thought, they ask you, did you work on the migration from monolithic to micro? They ask you. So these are all we discussed downtime. Yeah. Cool. So you know, this is the fund I was telling. Let me put it. Why are we using microservices? Again, that to run, obviously, applications. It can be an EC2 mission or it can be an Docker. Let me put it. Why are we using Docker? Same, to run the application. Let me go to that our old model. You know now two keywords. To run application, you can choose two platforms now. One is EC2, another is Docker. As a DevOps guy, now you, after yesterday thought, obviously will be inclining towards this guy, Docker, obviously. Cool. So I'll take some use cases. I'll take some theoretical use cases. Then we will discuss purely technical keywords. Towards the Docker we will go, okay? Please, let me tell you, listen this keyword. If you deployed Apache, you already know the Docker. Just somewhere I need to remove the curtain. Just somewhere one curtain is there, like some kind of dot is there. I have to remove that. If you created EC2 mission, if you installed Apache, you already know this technology, Docker technology. That way you will see it. This is, if you this is little complex what we did. You installed Grafana, right? There are a lot of complexity. You are doing it manually. Here there is a ready-made code is there. Like Terraform copy paste we did, right? Like this ready-made codes are there. People are going, if you want to delivery fast, I need to be readily available somewhere. I can take it, just change it, just deploy it. That's fair. This is too easy. Have this thought, okay? Simple, I was telling it. If you've done already Apache, installed it, you exposed it to via load balancer, you know the Docker. 100% you know it. Some technical keywords I need to connect that. Cool. So before that, let me bring some basics, like why we go for this thing and all. We will discuss on it. The why Docker came, why not EC2 mission, that we will see. Some use cases, I'll say case 1, case 2, blah, blah, some of them. We have them. Okay. Simple. You already created EC2 mission. Which family type we go? Think it, you are already working in a project for running WordPress application.
Fast export, those you do it. Why you do it? It depends on that. Let me tell you.
Yeah, tell me one family type. I wanted the family type. What family type you went?
M5
M5 2x large.
M5 2x large. What is CPU?
8
CPU.
CPU.
32 32 GB.
By default, you will get 8 GB in the EBS volume when you get a estimation. But you can scale this. This you can alter it individually, but you cannot alter this too. If you want to alter, what I have to do? I cannot
Where
scale.
the EBS value.
No, this is called EBS volume. This you can scale. This
We
individual.
have to change the instance type.
Virtualization.
Yeah, you have,
Virtualization. you have to do.
no. Only instance family. Yeah, we need has to change. You have to change from M5 to some other thing if you want to touch it. This too. Okay. Cool. Now you deployed WordPress. How many missions I needed? Like I wanted to make an high availability application in Mumbai.
2 EC2 missions.
Minimum.
Yeah, 1 for ELB.
Minimum I need 2. Minimum. Maximum I can go like I chase something, for example, 3. Something. Each zone I need a 1 EC2 mission, 1 EC2 mission and all something. Let's go with the 3 EC2 missions, for example. I went with 3 EC2 missions. You are running this project for like you ran this project for this project, same setup. Like for example, you ran for like last 2 years. This is running perfectly. Now on EC2, you are running it, you expose it as a load balancer, and users are coming with the route to the domain. Now, you know already all those answers.
Grafana.
Exactly. Grafana, or one more is CloudWatch. But CloudWatch by default, no memory. You cannot. You have to install some agents extra like Node Exporter. There is one more agent, CloudWatch. I'll go with this guy, Grafana. You can watch it here. Or you can check directly here also, Prometheus. Okay. Now, what is the software you are running on top of this EC2 mission?
Apache.
Please.
WordPress.
Yeah, WordPress on top of
Apache.
Apache. But you know, since if you are using this technology, na, you know one more. You installed one more.
Node Exporter.
Exporter.
Yeah, Node Exporter. Node Exporter is running. Since you are doing SSH to that EC2 machine, there will be one more software running. One more software. You are doing SSH to these missions, right? From Bastion to here. Because of that only you are able to connect to that EC2 mission. Otherwise, no. SSH server. Like node exporter. Node exporter also sometimes we say server only. Apache also we say server. WordPress also server. EC2 also server. Just something. SSH server.
Shell bash.
Yeah. I mean, the SSH server only. That is the one is giving us a shell. This is the one will give the shell for us
Okay.
to do something. It's a return. Now, these many packages are running, and then for what purpose you launched here EC2? What purpose?
To run the application.
Yeah. Yeah. To run the application. Awesome. That is correct. Listen it very well. To run the application. Now, when I went through last 2 years data, that the CPUs, for example, barely, for example, you will have an option. Barely they are using, maybe you observed it. You observed some data points that you are using like maybe 2% of the CPU. You can go till like 100%, like 800%. Each one CPU you can think one percentage usually 100%. It can go till 800%, but that's okay. I don't want to go. For example, you think it out of 100, you are using 2% CPU, and then memory like 20% only. It's like 0.2 somewhere, and then very less 20% RAM usage. This is called memory. You are using. Will AWS guys will charge you you launched an EC2 mission and then you are using very less CPU. I'll charge for only this thing. Usually they say, na, what you use, we will pay for that only, right? They say pay for only use. But
Yes.
Do they charge only for this?
No. No, because we have chosen EC2, we have to pay.
Yeah, you already launched and what? Here, this EC2 mission.
It's-
Yeah. Now, 3 EC2 missions like this only an average. As an average, they are incurring 3 each individual EC2 missions. But I need a high availability. I don't have an option. I need a high availability. Minimum 2 I need at least. So what are we wasting here?
money.
Yeah, obviously. We are paying more. We are paying more. And then yes, resource utilization not proper. Not proper. Like CPU we are wasting, and then memory also we are wasting. These are resource utilization not good. That's why. Now, if we go to the any thoughts you want to ask on it till now on this context? Good. So one is if we go with EC2 having application, there is a chances of not proper. There is chances of we don't utilize properly. You have to key in monitoring. Simple. For example, like I'll tell you very generic, simple example. You got a very good land in the demanded area. Simple funda. Individual home or apartment technology we go.
Apartment.
Same way Docker. What I can go, I'll take this EC2 mission. I'll take thumb rule to run Docker. We need EC2. Sure. We need EC2. That is thumb rule. We need an EC2. To run Docker, we need EC2, thumb rule. In EC2, I will install a software called Docker. This is the one Docker. I'm going to install one software Docker. Here I will run Apache as a container. In Docker, right? Every application called, if you run an application that is called container, Apache container, something like one more node exporter container, and one more like SSHD, for example. Don't say that SSHD container. That is, there is a container. That's okay. This is one container. This is the one container. Something. Now I can run one more Apache as a container. Also same Apache here also. Apache container. I can run one more Apache container also on same mission. Now I will specify how much CPUs was there for this EC2 mission.
2%.
No,
Saying
Eight
8 CPU, right? In
Right.
Docker, right? You can control. Hey, give it to this guy 2 CPUs. Give it to this guy 2 CPU. Give it to this guy 2 CPUs. You know, in this is EC2 mission, one guy is running. Heavy guy, one guy is running. Very important guy. In EC2, when you launch it, you are getting this guy. What is this guy? OS. You are having a OS. So now in Docker, right, you can restrict that. For this process, I can allocate 2 CPUs. For this process, I can allocate 2 CPUs. For this process, you can allocate 2 CPUs. Let it be the usage later. But if you go to the older EC2 mission, older, old, I'll say, okay. You already know it, please tell me. You have a OS, an EC2, and you installed Apache. Can I install one more Apache?
No.
I can, but what to be changed?
What number?
Port to be changed, another configs should be changed, something like lot of configs to be changed. You have to change a lot configs to be. I can install one more Apache also. Again, same. Ports has to be changed and all here. This you have to do manually. All this manual effort here. Same way, but you can restrict to restrict. Hey, Apache, please use this many CPUs. You can change it here also in the OS normal old model also. But you have to do a lot of config changes manually. You should have good OS technology and all here to control this thing. But if you go to the Docker, right, I can specify, there is a one English keyword will be there, limits, resources, sorry. Resources will be there. I can specify limits, saying that CPU, memory, I can specify request, CPU, memory. This is for Apache 1 CPU, 1 GB RAM. Same, I can put it here also something 0.5 CPU, 0.5 GB RAM. GB here also 1 GB. You can specify like this. You can specify here. So next time when I'm running in Apache 2, for example, you can replicate here also same. Now this is the Docker. When I'm starting this container, right, I will give some configuration like this. You no need to do OS related touching and all here. Just there will be one file. In the file, if you define like this, listen it here. This configuration you are giving to directly to whom here? To whom you are giving? OS. This configuration I will not give it to OS. I will give it to this guy. Which guy? Docker. Docker can take care of this. Here you should have like programming blah blah blah, something little complex like the Terraform, Python, Terraform complex code something. This is like declarative language. Simple YAML. I'll define like this. Instead of giving to OS, right, I will give it to whom? Docker. Docker internally will talk, obviously it will talk to OS. It will talk to OS. But this is the guy is facing you. Now I'll give this. Now it will restrict it. Here is the question. Here is the some thoughts you need. What is request? What is limit? If this process, there is some bug in this WordPress code. It needed more resources, more memory and all because of some logic issue. If it is tried to allocate more than one CPU or more than 1 GB limit, if it goes more than that, Docker will kill this process. Docker has authority. Docker has that kind of flexibility. If any one process reaches more than limit, according to that individual configuration, Docker will kill that process. What is that request? When you start container, it will allocate that basic initial time. Whenever you start first time, that process, it will allocate this. Limit, max. It will go till max. You have a flexibility in Docker. Individually, you can specify, hey, process, please take these resources. Now, what I mean was, in Docker, you will have obviously EC2, you will have a OS, you will have a Docker. Here you will run as a Apache as a what? You remember I was telling na Apache. You will run Apache as what here?
Container.
Container.
I can run here also one container. Here also Apache container. Another name I will say pod also. Pod. It's a box. You can say pod also. Another pod also I can say here. I can allocate individually what? I can allocate individually this. Individually for this pod. Allocate.
Resources.
Yeah, limits. Or more called request. Individually you can allocate. Individually. Now for example, you can run multiple. Here, right? Port conflicts, port related things you don't care about. Who will take care of this? You no need to touch inside anything. Don't touch anything conflicts. Who will take care of that? Port related conflicts, everything. Who will take care? Docker will take care. Because if already 8.0 is running in the individual older OS technology, if you start another Apache, it will say that already port is listening. You cannot start. But here, right? You can start individually like this. Individually. So what my thought was here? This was. Now you told each one CPU here. Like that, how many containers can run on this EC2 mission? Each Apache you told one CPU. In this EC2 mission, how many Apache containers I can run? How many Apache pods I can run on this EC2?
8.
I can 8 containers, right? Maximum. Maximum. But you can deploy many. So whenever deploying, right, always first it will look for this. It will look for this first time. So with that, right, how many can deploy? First time.
16.
If it is goes more utilization, I can deploy what? 16.
16.
16 Apache. How many EC2 missions?
1.
If we go with the EC2 model, how many, if I want to run 16 Apache, how many EC2 missions I need?
16 normal.
In the EC2 model, obviously how many I needed? 16, right? 16.
16.
If we go with EC2, we go with Docker having an application, chances of resource utilization will be best. Will be best. Any thoughts you want to ask on it?
So I have one doubt.
Yeah.
You have mentioned here 8 containers maximum we can use for this. Here we are having 3 Apache containers. So I do understand like 3 containers should be maximum we can use here. How 8 containers?
So each having one CPU, right? One CPU. We
Okay,
have
as
option
per-
with 8 CPU.
5, 6.
yes, understood.
Yeah, no, you tell me. Yeah. Individually, each one I told, hey, go with this configuration.
One G. Yes. Okay, sir.
Yeah, this is the configuration I told you. Now, you see, right? Total, how many you can fit it? In max, if they go, they can go till how much? They can go 8. They can 8. They'll kill themselves. They'll be killing themselves only. That this guy will take care. This guy stop, start, everything. He'll be taking care. If one guy comes to more than limit, he will kill that guy. That's it. He will hung that guy. That's it. He will restart that guy. You don't need to take care anything. This guy is good, intelligent guy. Golang ways they implemented it now. See now, if you go with 16 Apaches I needed in VC2 model, you know how much to charge. Here, how many EC2 missions you are running here?
8.
As a cloud guy, some end user doesn't care whether you are in the Docker, whether you are in EC2, he doesn't care. He cares only it shouldn't fail 500 error, it shouldn't get slow. This is what our job behind. There is a technology came. I will use the technology. I will give that application as a to end user. One EC2 mission or multiple EC2 missions, it's up to you. Because your job is to one of the, as a cloud guy, what is that job I was telling?
Cost.
Cost saving. This is called cost optimization. If we go with same setup with the EC2 model, how many EC2 missions needed here?
16.
16.
What is the best fit? You know, you have the answer now. Docker or EC2?
Docker.
Docker.
One EC2, you have 16 Apaches now here. Yes, this may go down. EC2 may go down. There is a chances of EC2 may go down. Like you have to have one more flexibility, one more EC2 mission as a backup. But think right, if you bring another EC2 mission, you have to install all those. Again, the process has to be started many times, right? This container will start seconds. This container will start within seconds. It doesn't need a like 5 minutes time under because already you have this guy, na? Already you have this guy. That we will see how it will start longer time. Now you have the objective something. If you go with my objective was resource utilization, you can control individual EC2. You cannot control. One more. In this EC2 mission, your job is to cost saving. Now let's go to the older model again. You have EC2. Can you guys tell me what are the softwares you are aware in the till now in the as a DevOps guy, what we went through in the class?
Apache, Nginx,
Tomcat.
SSH.
No, we have not installed the SSH by default. These are all to run the applications we did for application running. Now some more.
We installed the PHP. Grafana
WordPress.
For example, FileBit, no, that I'll take that, but you know this thing, FileBits. One more Logstash. Let me put it. Okay, put it like this. These two are into one bucket. One more ES we did. One more was that Kibana. Yeah, these are all. We install these softwares. What I can do, I can take one EC2 mission. There is a requirement for this. There is a requirement. They have these technology applications. They have applications. Team wanted. They wanted Apache. They wanted Nginx. They wanted Tomcat. This is for Java. They wanted this is for static code. They have some application, different projects, different teams and all something. And this is for WordPress. You can run static code also, just WordPress. Now high availability they wanted, but that's okay. They don't want more EC2 mission. They need a high availability across 3 zones. They wanted to utilize no cost thing and all. How many EC2 missions will come in Mumbai for individual?
3.
in EC2 technology.
9.
Yeah. We get in EC2. We get 9. 9. 3 for Apache, 3 for Nginx, 3 for Tomcat. Now, obviously, as a cost saving options, management solutions, you have 9 EC2 missions. Individually, you have to install again node exporters. You know, right? Obviously,
Yeah.
Logstash, if one process stops, resource management, you are getting infrastructure complexity. Now, if I go with Docker, but thumb rule is, this is what they told. They wanted HA, failover, and obviously zone spread. Mandatory. They wanted each zone. So now how many, if we go with the Docker? You
3.
know, beauty with the Docker, na?
Okay, 1.
But this is the thumb rule. You have to listen. You have to, when you're reading a question, right? These are very important.
Yeah, 3.
Yeah. EC2, OS, Docker. Here, right, what I can install? In one EC2, right, I can install Apache, I can install Nginx, I can install Tomcat, I can install one more Tomcat, I can install one more Tomcat like this. It's up to us. You can have multiple containers, you can have it. Multiple. In one EC2, you can think that it's a fruit bowl. It's a fruit bowl. Docker is a kind of fruit bowl. You can mix multiple softwares in one bowl. It's a bowl. You think, for example, it's a bowl. You bring all the items, make a recipe, give it to someone. It's a kind of empty bowl. You can put multiple flavors of the softwares here on top of one guy. It has the flexibility to run it. You can restrict also, as I said, limits, resources. You can limit that also. So what I mean was, in one EC2, you can club together different flavors of softwares also. In port management, that resource utilization management, you told that you have given one configuration. If that containers behaves oddly more than that, it will kills that. It will restart that, maintains it automatically. I mean, the management, it will take care. What I mean was, yes, how many EC2 mission count will get? 3 here.
3.
As a cloud guy, as a DevOps solution architect, which technology do you prefer here?
Docker.
Obviously. Now, I was telling some use cases. One is resource utilization, very good. We can run multiple softwares on single EC2. To whom these containers will talk? Let's say, for example, this pod container need resources. This one. To whom it will talk internally?
Docker.
Here directly to whom it will talk here? The Apache or Nginx, to whom it will talk directly here? In this technology. OS. But here to whom it will talk? Docker. Then Docker will manage it. It will check this. Do you have that configuration? Do you have that limits? If doesn't have limit, now it will go till OS limits. So good practice to have some kind of limits if it is oddly behaving an application. So it will check that configuration. Then it will allow. Oh, you are allowed to cap. Go from here. It will check it. So we can run multiple softwares on single EC2 missions, like Apache pod, or one more pod container you can say, and one more is, you can say Nginx container, Nginx pod or container, or one more Tomcat. It's up to how many in one EC2. Here is the interview question, you will get it. Now you have to answer it. You know already.
8 or 16.
No, that is based on
Based on the family instance type
yep.
on the memory.
Family and one more. This is correct based on family. This will come later.
Based on allocation of the memory to the based on limits.
Based on
Allocation of memory to
application
the
pod container.
right.
request.
Process allocation.
That's the
Yes.
question.
This is up to. Let's say, for example, my application, I don't have Nginx Tomcat. So just you think it, I have Tomcat only now. My Tomcat needed like 4 CPUs and then 8 GB RAM. How many containers I can run?
2.
2. My Tomcat is 6 CPU, 8 and then 8 GB RAM.
1 container.
Obviously, one container. That's how one container only will go. Then again, you are going to which technology model in that case?
Yes.
Again,
EC2.
so these are all you should have that skill set when you're deciding a node, right? Obviously, these are the problems are in the market currently. They shifted immediately to cloud came, they shifted it. Now they're struggling with this. They're struggling with this. They're struggling with this. This is the right now technology is now booming. Just think it. Still, market is lot of options for us. People are struggling lot to do correction, right? I'll tell you. In my environment, we have almost like 50 AWS accounts plus. We don't know who created what resources. No one tagged also. Just they'll create the resource. They don't tag also. We are struggling till, I don't know, like maybe last 2 years we are struggling till this problem is continuing it. So there is lot of issues. Just think it, lot of scope in the improvement of the jobs, I can say, in this technology currently. So now, if you go with 6 CPUs, better to pick the another family type. Don't go with M5 to X large. You getting what I mean? Don't pick the M5. Change that family type. Bring the more containers. Because let's say they wanted 10 pods, containers with 6 CPU and then the 8 GB RAM. How many EC2 missions we need here? If we go with M5. How many EC2 missions we need?
6 we need.
46.
Oh, sorry? You know already have you know already. M5
One CPU.
each pod, sorry, each I can say each pod. Each pod
So
can.
each part should
1 is it.
I need 10 containers.
Then 10 machines.
10 EC2.
Yeah, you need 10 EC2 missions. So again, you are going to which model now? As you guys say, na?
EC2 model.
EC2 model. What is the best fit then? Bring the bigger.
We can increase the,
For example, this type are good, bigger type. This I think, yeah, double 16 GB.
CPU.
I think it will go,
64.
I don't know, 64 something. Yeah, 64 GB plus maybe. Yeah. Now you are reducing, right? So your job is to reduce, but I'm sure cost will double. This mission also cost will double. Have it theory, they will double the cost. Let's say M5 2X large is charging $280. I know 280, na? Yeah, 280. Around 280 something. They'll charge for this, obviously now 560. Sure, they'll charge. But we will see something benefits later. Sorry?
No, okay. I'm just asking what is the 10 EC2 will cost?
Yeah, 10 is it, obviously it will charge, but we will see that.
I understand. Got it.
I'll bring that use case, the case one. Okay.
Understand.
For now, just I'm telling it. You have to decide like this. When someone comes to you run a pod, you should ask the first question. You should have it. Okay, how much resources you need. Based on that, you will choose the instance family type. You should have this knowledge. The developer will not tell you. Developer just blindly will give the application. That's it. This is your job. You have to ask these questions to back to them. Otherwise, one day you will be ending up, the pod will not run at all. Because the node type is very small, the pod will go for pending status. The pod will be pending. What is container is pending? Because your pod is more capacity, but EC2 is having lesser capacity. It is waiting. I need a one bowl where I can fit into that. That's where. So have this thought when you are deciding an application resources. Now, my objective here is you should have this skill set. You can control container resources. That to run a container, you need a Docker technology. To run a Docker technology, you need again the EC2. You should have that skill set. You should have that keywords in the mind. Even if I go with the Docker, where are you running the Docker?
EC2.
On top of EC2. The architecture like this: EC2, OS will be there, Docker will be there. Here, what will be running? Parser,
Content.
then they'll be running it. You should have this knowledge. This is here. What will be running?
Application.
Application will be running. Now, please don't pack total application. Let's say, for example, as you guys tell na, M5 2X large. If I have CPU of one capacity of pod, M5 2X large, CPU capacity of each is max is like, it all both are equal, for example, limit and request. One CPU, one GP. How many pods can fit there?
8.
8, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you pack like that, you are heavily packing, you know, right? This guy also need resources, na? Simple. You take a mobile, you have Android OS, you install very big game in your mobile. What is your situation of your mobile? You start the game, what happens immediately? Your mobile.
Crash.
Hanging.
Slow.
It will hang, right? You need some breathe to this guy. To whom?
Operating system.
You need to this guy. Very important guy. If this guy goes, all will get collapsed. So always leave, at least like it's up to the team. They may ask you like something, give this one 20%. 20% leave to OS. When you're calculating, right, leave the 20% resources. Leave it. Don't touch that. Don't do like bin packing. Bin packing means this is called bin packing. Yeah, like this. Don't pack it like this. Leave some space to the OS. That is what the good keyword. Don't put it. Leave for OS and leave for containers, like remaining rest. Go with this. This is a good packaging method. 22 up to the team. What they say. It's up to the team to team. But I would suggest 20% leave it cap. That OS can sustain there. Now you got it right. Why we are going for Docker? Resource utilization. And then you can run different flavors of applications on one EC2. You can reduce the EC2 counts. You can utilize properly the resources. No need to leave to cloud guy. As I said, you're paying more for the EC2. You are not paying for individual CPUs and all. I'll bring 3 flavors. I can run multiple applications on that till that EC2 capacity. That is what I can do. Any thoughts you want to discuss here?
I have small doubt.
Yeah.
Now we are using the 20% utilized for OS, right?
Yeah. You are leaving. No, you are leaving. You are leaving room. You are not utilizing it. Just leave two CPUs. Leave it. Yeah.
Yeah, and we have installed a few more agents like monitoring agents, metrics export also. But that how we can calculate the
that we will come. Don't bring that context here now. Don't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That is separate. You are saying the daemon agents, right? That we will see. Don't bring that context here.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll come to that area, that maturity level. So yeah. In that case, right? This is here for your question, na? This is what for them.
Yeah. Okay.
This is what for them. Whatever. Yeah. When I say OS, right? Those daemon sets also, including here. You know, right? Daemon sets. How many daemon sets you are running?
More than 5 like that.
5, right? Then what is the capacity individually? Again.
No, I need to check now
Yeah,
how to.
yeah. So let's say, for example, you think it, and for example, 0.5 each, 0.5 CPUs. Now you said 0.5. What he was telling, daemon set is nothing but these guys, you know already. Node exporters, the agents. These are called daemon sets. Whether you run an application, they will run. They will be there, right? And every EC2. That is what he was telling. They have 5 daemon sets. Now you think it 5, right? Leave this to 5, 2.5 CPU. Leave it. That's what. You have to leave it. You have to calculate it. So when I say 25% is OS, right? Those are included, Anil. Those are included.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
This is specific your application. It's application. Cool. So now, as I said, my objective was Docker also can run application. Beauty with the Docker is you can run multiple. That I wanted to have your thought. And then you can control individual resources. That obviously Docker is not the new technology, something. Docker also runs on top of EC2. That you should have mindset. That is the one. Good. Now, that is the one use case. Let me see. Now, let me go for leave that context. Let's switch to that. You know already. You did WordPress. I'll come back to again basics. EC2, OS, and Apache. You are having you install like this. Now, this is extra software I install or it is part of OS? This guy.
Extra software.
Apache is extra software, right? This OS is like it came along with the EC2 mission, and then you kept it like this. Now, same, I'll go with the same fundamental problem. M5 to X large. In this, right? How many CPUs?
8
GB.
RAM?
GB.
32 GB.
32 GB RAM. Now, if I same like as I said, na Grafana, you will visualize the utilization. When I see, right, like we did a like when the Docker technology came, they did a very micro level observations they did whenever Docker came, like the technology before. When they see, right, this is the guy is fat guy. This is the his OS is very fat. He is the heavy resource utilizer guy. He is consuming more. Having more libraries, more softwares built in. Why did you choose this EC2? You have here an answer. Why did we choose this EC2? Guys, can you guys hear me? God.
To run application.
Yeah. What application we are running here?
WordPress.
Apache.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, WordPress on top of
Apache.
Yeah. You launched this EC2 for what purpose here? To run what?
Apache.
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 But what are you running extra, guy?
Application.
OS
On
default.
top of
What is our business here?
Business is to run the application Apache.
Apache. But one more guy is coming. Extra guy. This guy. Which is this guy. OS guy. So my thought was to run an application. I'm taking extra burden. What is that burden? OS.
OS.
So that's where what these people did. They did a if I go inside OS now, if I have more OS, right? If I look more, check. For example, Please bear with me. If I check now OS, they have BIOS, blah blah, MBR, Grub, kernel, all these extra softwares they did. All these extra softwares I did. Why I went to cloud? To run application. Why I choose EC2 to run the application? These guys, these guys now OS guys, they're bringing all this in between. BIOS, MBR, Grub, kernel, init, all this they're bringing. These are all heavy to an application. If I checked, right, for example, if I check, this guy is memory usage, not CPU. If I check more, this guy is consuming, OS is consuming OS processors. Here, right? BIOS is there in OS. Then BIOS is calling the MBR, master boot record. Then Grub. Then again kernel. Then one more init. Here your application is coming after. Your application will come after init run level. If I check, right, who is using more memory? This guy is consuming, you can say that 2 GB memory. And this guy is consuming
6 GB. 1 GB.
For example, okay, let's go. More, let's allocate. For example, okay. For example, in one EC2 I installed it. Who is eating more resources here?
OS.
What is the cloud job? You have to pay for application or you have to pay for their OS?
Application.
But what we are ending up here? We
You're
are
paying
for their OS, right? For their OS also. Did he charge like that? What he will say, no, bros, I don't have that much technology. They have introduced. They have now. They have earlier, no. They have now. I don't pay for you. I'll pay for only this also. They have that. They have an option like that. Now, my objective was when they going for Docker, right? They did a micro levels checking on the resources. This is the guy is the culprit guy. More resources being used. They packed all these softwares and all now. When I go for Docker, right? When I go for Docker, I'll bring you one empty image. When I say empty image, what is this?
OS.
No OS. I'll bring one empty OS. I will pack only what? Apache software plus WordPress. I will start this application. I will start this. I will start as a what? After this all together, this together I will package. Please bear with me. You will get to know what is. I'll say one more image. This I'll say one more image. What is this image is called? Docker image.
Docker.
This Docker image. Here, observe here. I'm bringing one empty image. No OS. No OS. Basic. There is no OS means I don't need all this technology and all. Then I will run this Docker image. If I run it, it will call as a Docker container, or you can say as a pod. Now, how much it will use here? How much? Go with this formula only. How much it will be?
0.5.
0.5. Is there OS concept here in this?
No.
No OS concept. No OS concept. Now, obviously, where this will run? On top of which guy?
EC2.
Docker. Obviously, you need a OS here. Please, you will have a little confusion. Get the keywords first. We will see here. Okay. So what I mean was, when you running application on top of EC2, you are bringing this guy. This guy is a heavy guy. And then he is consuming more resources. You know, if I want to start Apache, how much time it will take for you? System, CTL, start, HTTP, how much time it will take for you?
3 to 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
No, to run just system CTL, not OS. System CTL start Apache.
1 minute.
Seconds.
just how much speed you type, right? It's seconds only. But if
Right.
we start OS, I'm concentrating two things. Apache OS. That is what my objective. If we restart the OS, who will take more time in these two?
OS
But what purpose we launched EC2?
to run a
Application.
To run Apache
Apache.
only, right? Obviously, to run on Apache. But where are we? Where are some misleading is happening? Who is taking that misleading guy here?
OS.
Yes. That's where till the technology, these guys, the Red Hat company, the whoever making OS guys, right? They were fooling us till now. Just they are giving their extra softwares. For example, if I go to Red Hat, right? If I go to Amazon Linux or Red Hat or Ubuntu, they packaged unnecessary binaries. Unnecessary binaries are there. Like same in your mobile you will get, right? In your laptop also you will get. They package unnecessary binaries. If you go with this EC2 missions directly. Now I'm going to which guy? Docker.
Oh, you mean
What I'll take? I will not take their image. I'll not take their OS image. I'll not take it. I'll take what?
empty.
Empty image. On top of that, what I'll package? Whatever I needed here. I'll package it here. Here I don't have. There is no unnecessary binaries. What are there here?
Only required application.
Only required softwares. You will package only required softwares only. Here, these guys will give to uninstall also you have to do lot of things. If you go with the OS model, they give lot of unnecessary. They consume more resources. They eat all your resources. They take time and all. Here, you package only whatever you needed. Just I'll tell you took empty bowl and you put some Apache here. That's it. This empty bowl doesn't have no OS concept. There is no OS concept at all. No OS. Now you know, right? If I want to start Docker container, will it take time?
No,
If you want to start this one,
it will take time.
because they packaged extra binaries and all, like lot of softwares. You take your laptop also. Notepad is there. Some default browsers will come. Like you never use them also. If you go to some kind of applications, right? Let's say, see, who will use this guy? Who use this guy? Like we don't use, right? All these extra softwares for us. They are burden on it for us. They gave us. My business is to run application, not to take their brand new things and all. That's where this guy came. They went micro, they checked that thing. In OS, they're packing lot of things that is heavy. We don't want them. Just take empty one, package your application, ship it to somewhere, you run it. If you go with why Docker is container, you tell me now.
No OS behind.
Yeah.
Empty image.
No OS. No OS inside the container. What is there inside that container?
Only application.
Only
application software.
Yes. But please, you will have a confusion where that again the container also needed OS, right? For example, I have EC2 mission. I have a OS. Here, what software is running? Docker. Here, I will run 10 containers. I want to bring one more container. I'll bring this guy here. I'll bring this guy here. This Docker packaged Apache. It will start immediately. Immediately it will start. You getting what I mean? It will start. But behind us, you need this guy. This obviously you need. How to manage, let's say, for example, from here to here, there is one more guy is there. Altogether different story. What you will have a confusion is here. I'm saying a container, but again, the EC2 OS will be there. That we will see. My objective here is not behind. This is my objective. How Docker is fast? Fast is there is no OS concept in Docker container. I'm not telling the where behind. I'm telling inside this Docker container, there is no OS. That's why it will start very fast. That is the one. And we can, you know answer, right? Please tell me, you can specify what? Limits
and requests.
request, right? You can specify this and all here. Now, that is the two keywords I need. Why Docker is very fast, it will start. They have not packaged OS. They package it as a simple empty image. You can start anywhere. That is okay. Again, back to our old theory. You are running WordPress on top of EC2 and OS you are running. This is how the Apache is running here. Where this is everything in the cloud, okay? I'm the DevOps guy. I'm the DevOps guy. There is an issue is coming. This issue is coming something. Can I bring this EC2 mission? Our DevOps guy. This is my laptop. Our developer. He also have a laptop. The QA guy. He has a laptop. They have individual people. Can they bring this EC2 mission into their laptop?
No.
Can you bring AMI into your laptop? They won't. They won't support. If they support now, they'll lose their business. You can bring this EC2 mission into on-premises. You can convert that. You cannot bring. Now, same. Docker, right? Here, what is this? Where this will, when I say Docker, right? What is this? Where it will be running? There is a capsule. You think it's a capsule. Capsule is a tablet, right? Tablet. You open a tablet capsule, you put that content, you run somewhere, for example. You think it's a pod. Another is a container. This you cannot bring into your laptop, but this you can bring into your laptop. This guy you can bring. In my laptop, I'll install what is this guy? Docker. I can install Docker. For Windows machines, right? There is a tool called Docker Desktop. Please, no one will tell you these things. Once you join the project, as a DevOps guy, no one will tell you, hey, install AWS CLI in your laptop. Terraform, VS Code, or Docker Desktop. No one will tell you. You have to install. Whenever new laptop comes, first job is you have to do that. Whenever new laptop comes, right, you have to do this. Docker Desktop for Windows. If you are installing Mac, also same. Every software is having Docker Desktop. They gave it. You go here. Docker Desktop. It is free one. They have individual OS based. Oh my God, just that's it. It will download. It will install. You have to install this in your laptop, Docker Desktop. Please, no one will tell you these softwares you have to install whenever you join the project itself. Let me save this and go back. Now, what I was telling is, if you're running a container in somewhere in the cloud also, right, you can bring this into your laptop. I can run here. Here also can run. Anyone can run. You see, right? You can run local. You can run on the cloud in AWS. You can run on the Google Cloud. Anywhere. If it runs in your local container, you can run on anywhere. That is what the flexibility of the Docker. With the OS, right, very complexity. Yesterday I was telling, it's a platform dependent. You can run on anywhere. Google you can run on AWS Cloud. What is the software you needed on the Google Cloud again? To run this, you need one software on the Google Cloud. For example, if we go
Docker.
Docker. Wherever you go, you need a Docker techno. That's it. This is the one you needed. That's it. It run automatically. You no need to change nothing. If it runs local, you can run on anywhere. Any thoughts you want to ask? Please install this Docker desktop in your laptop. Now, please, you already did it. How did you install Apache?
Sudo yum install.
Sudo yum install.
Before that, what do you need?
SSH.
Yeah, obviously. You need a EC2 mission. I'm not targeting on the networking layer. Okay, VPs and all. Tell me that first. How did you install Apache? First, you went into region, obviously, and then you selected one AMI. This AMI, who gave you?
Cloud.
Amazon.
Amazon, right? This is called what? What is the definition for this?
Amazon Vision Image.
Mission image. What did this is? Amazon Vision Image OS.
OS.
It's a template, right? Ready-made AMI. Like in your pen drive, you have, right? Like that. This is the AMI. Then you launched that AMI. You launch that AMI. Don't care about VPC, zone, blah, blah, blah. Now it become as a what? EC2 running. EC2 is in the running status now. Now you installed Apache. Yum install something right here. Same way for Docker also. Here, right? You took AMI na here. Here you took one AMI right here. Here also I'll take a AMI. I'll write it like this. From empty image. You see, right? You have to write like this. You have to write like this. You have to write one file. That file is called Docker file. Like Terraform code, right? This Docker file will be understandable by this guy. You have to give it to this guy, Docker guy. You are going to write one file, Docker file. In this, you have to write from empty image, same command, yum install HTTPD. What is the one software along with the EC2 will get installs? What is the keyword is called? Along with the EC2, what you can install softwares, right? What is that concept is called?
User data.
User data.
User data, exactly. Here also, in Docker also, you are writing one file called Docker file. This Docker file, who will take it? Who will understand this guy?
Docker.
This guy will understand, okay? Like Terraform code will understand, right? Terraform tool, same way. You are going to write from empty image, same way. Like you took AMI, right? This is called base image. In our case, who is base image here?
AMI. Amazon Linux.
This is called base API. Here, we cannot call here a base AMI. This is called base image. From is called base image. If you say from something, then you are saying yum install. You have to say like this, sorry. You have to say run. Every Linux command, if you're starting, you have to put run. Then, you know, right? What is the one guide to start?
Systemctl.
Run. Tell me.
Systemctl.
Start.
Start HTTP.
Start HTTP. This is which file you are going to write here? You are going to one file, all these lines.
Docker file.
Docker file.
So thumb rule, listen it, very important. When you're starting any process, right? We don't prefer run. We prefer one guy, either CMD or one more guy called entry point. What is the difference between these two? Now you have to tell me. You already know it now. To install any softwares, you can use run. When do we prefer CMD and entry point? You have to tell me.
Like putting any folder or some directory.
When starting the server.
That's it. Whenever you start this container, right? Whenever you start this container, I wanted to start some services. Don't to go with the run. Prefer what is this guy? CMD or entry point. Why do we prefer CMD or entry point? To start the services. Thumb rule. Keep this thought. That we will see. We will go more in deep. For now, I'm telling it. You know already this. I'll put it like this. No. What is this guy? Yes, this is good. This is the good. To start a service in a Docker file, what is the preferred keyword? Run or CMD or which is the one? To start a service, run preferred
CMD.
or preferred?
CMD or entry.
In anyone you can take it. I can take entry point. It's up to you. Okay. I'm going more complex. That's limit. Now, here is the question. I wanted to install Grafana in Docker. First, what is the file you need?
Docker file.
Docker file. What is the first line?
From base image. Run.
For example.
Installed Grafana.
Next.
CMD.
CMD.
HMCTL. Start Grafana.
Yeah, Grafana. That's it. These are the one. In the interviews, right? They will ask you to a call. Sure, they'll ask you one question. You know, write a Docker file to install Apache. Sure, this is the one of the important the question they'll ask you at least from some base image. In this base image, which will not be there.
No OS.
No OS. Who will understand this Docker file?
Docker.
Docker technology. So let me put it here. Just have these dots, have these keywords first. Then we will see how it works. That's we will see how resource utilization and all will come. Okay, let's pass it for here. Let's review. My objective was Docker doesn't have utilization. Intelligence. You are giving that to Docker. How are you giving that? Resource utilization.
Limit or request.
Yeah, exactly. You are specifying that limit and what request. What is request? What is limit?
Limit is maximum and the request is to start.
Yeah, exactly. Whenever the beginning time. Yes. Now.
Because no OS.
There is no voice. Yes. Because to run an application Apache, you need only some binaries only. That guy, what is that guy? Amazon Linux guy. He is giving SSHD. He is packing his own softwares and all. What is my business? Just run Apache. For Apache, I need minimal software, 20 MB software of the OS. But he is giving me 1 GB of the OS. Unnecessary package and all. That's where I'm eliminating all of them. I'm packing whatever needed for me in the package. That is the one. No. For example,
Docker file.
what is the file? Docker file. Yeah. In Docker file, that whatever you are writing, right? Instructions. Can you tell me?
From
First is the from. That is called
base image.
that we will discuss it more from base image. Next,
Then
Run.
run.
run is called something like to run any
To install.
yum install, yum update, for example. You can have multiple lines also, and you can keep like you can have like yum update and why you can have like this also. Then is it correct?
No. It will work, but I think we can use CMD instead
No,
of
Apache, Apache will not start. This will till
Yeah.
here it will work. Till
Right.
here it will work. It will not work. Now, what is this guy to place? What is this guy good place to keep in the Docker file?
CMD.
This is the good guy to place. Now, each line, right? This is called one layer. We call this is also one called a layer. This is also one more layer. They call as a Docker layers. Individual, each one line is called Docker layer. We call as a Docker layers. Okay. Good. Any thoughts, queries you want to ask on it? You know now why Docker came. Docker is very fast to start. It can run on anywhere. It can run on your local. Only the software you need is what is the software in your laptop? Docker. You can run on anywhere. And it is very speed to start. And it will utilizes whatever needed resources only. So for DevOps, the best fit technology to run application, not the easy. I mean, it's up to the use case. One of the best fit technologies is the Docker. Any doubts you want to ask it? Any thoughts? Cool. So I'll pass it here. We will continue tomorrow with the hands-on session somewhere here and the have some kind of keywords that we will see. I mean to say we'll have some confusion when we do the hands-on, right? That we will get into the clarity that I can say. Yeah. Cool. So this in my laptop, I already installed. Let's install. Downloaded it. Sorry. Let's install this guy. All is nothing but next.
Okay.
What is the version right now in the market for data? No, it's not for data. Docker is the Docker desktop is 4. I'm sure Docker is like I think 20 plus, around 18 plus. Currently market 23, yeah. Say that everything okay. What is saying Hyper-V recommended. Please install this in your laptop. You want to cancel installation. Let it go. I did double key. You see here what can you read these lines? What they're doing? Can you see here?
Unpacking files.
What is the file you downloaded? What is the extension of the file? Extension. Yeah.
.exe.
Is right. What is this extension? Data. Exe. Exe is another zip only you can think. Exe also another zip, another tar. What they are doing here? They are doing unpacking. Exe also one kind of package only. This is also one package. We do next something, right? Behind what they're doing it. They're in the downloads folder to they'll be copying to C folder. Internally they'll take it. DLL, exe. Please just do next. It will get installed. That I can see in your laptop. Takes a little while. So I'll pass it for today. I will continue tomorrow. Chalo guys, thank you.
Anna,
Yeah.
can I share interview questions which I have attended interview yesterday in the group so that
Yeah. Go ahead, Mansi. Go ahead.
sure. Anna.
Thank you.
Thanks.